Nigerian Army, 34 Division, 34 Brigade under 82 Division in Enugu. The 34 Brigade is based in Owerri. Okay. So they stormed his community, the community that is Aku Ihube. It's a village in Okigwe local government that shares boundary with Imo and it shares boundary with Abia and Anambra. And they went on foot. The soldiers trekked for close to 4 hours. No, they didn't want to use armored vehicles like they did in the past. It was more like a commando mission. And they had his house surrounded. Then the strike team went in. Gentle's boys were firing from the ceiling. When our troops returned fire, open fire, and when they saw that the guys who were firing from the roof were not going to come down, those on the outer cordon continued to fire. The army had no choice but to set the building ablaze. Once the building was set ablaze, 2 females and 3 males jumped out of the building. And they attempted to escape, but the army opened fire. There were still 3 persons left in the roof who refused to
surrender,
to come out. They remained there. One of them was his 2IC, who eventually jumped out and scaled the wall. But the troops fired on him. They killed his 2IC, and the 2 females, the 2 women who were with them, were also killed, as well as 2 males. But at this time, what I can report is that the soldiers recovered those 2 corpses of the male fighters, but they cannot confirm yet whether Gentle, the Yahoo, was one of the persons who were killed and confirmed killed in the incident. But villagers who had been under ceaseless harassment from him confirmed that his 2IC was dead. They are still trying to confirm whether the 2 other guys.
So we'll just wait as events.
Yes, you know, we just have to wait and get confirmation. But we know that there was a big operation involving the Nigerian Army, the surface troops who entered this community through NATO village and had his house surrounded. No escape for him. It's possible that he's one of the dead, but they are in the process of confirming that.
Identifying.
Yes, and it's possible that he found a way to escape. We cannot say categorically at this time. In the fullness of time, the true situation will be confirmed, and the Nigerian Army will be able to tell us that this is the situation. They can confirm that Gentle, the Yahoo, has been killed, but we have to wait. Situations like this, post-operation examinations, you know, are being conducted in the whole area to know maybe even he suffered injuries and succumbed to his injuries. We don't know yet, but the army is urging patience at this time so that they can confirm to us whether indeed he was one of the people who were killed in that operation. But kudos to our troops for the sacrifice, walking on foot right up to his village, so that they will not know that they were coming, because in the past they used armored tanks and all that. The rumbling of tanks sometimes notify the enemy that look, the enemy, that the army was on the way. But this time around, they tried to surprise him by going on foot. Yeah, so it was a very brave effort on the part of our troops. And as I always say, no man is bigger than the Nigerian state. If Gentle the Yahoo survives this, I know that his days are numbered. He will eventually be made to pay for
and
his
it shows
crimes.
that there's no hiding place.
Yes. Yeah, if they know, once they identified his house, they had to go there. Yes, they went to his village, Ehube village, and then entered this village through NATO on foot to make sure that they had the building surrounded to block any
exit,
opportunity for him to escape. And his fighters were killed. But they are trying to identify him, whether he was one of the people killed.
Okay. I mean, but what does this say about the security operations in that region for them to, because I saw that video, it was really gory, but what does this say that the Nigerian army went there, the intelligence was right, and...
No, you know, you just said something. You commit a crime in Nigeria and you put it out there, there's no how that won't get you.
Absolutely.
You know, so it shows that the Nigerian army is working, and we just have to, you know, commend them. You know, going by foot, you know, from where they were to where they wanted to deal with that person and get that Gentle the Yahoo. You know, you if you look at the kilometers, it's very, very far.
Very far.
It's very far. But they decided to take that risk, and also to ensure that people in that community, you know, breathe a sigh of relief. You know, because right now we need to get that, you know, confirmation.
Yes.
And I'm very sure by the time we finally get the confirmation that it's gone, you know, you will see that the people in that community will be so excited and happy.
And it will also send a signal.
A signal to others.
Exactly.
You know, because there are so many of them who, in the guise of agitation,
True.
you know, in the guise of agitation, they have, you know, instilled fear in the minds of people. And that is, I'm not sure that is what those who said, let there be this particular, you know, nation come out. It shouldn't be about instilling fear on communities. But I want a situation whereby this will send a signal to others across the country that wherever you are, if you are committing crime and you think that you want to be bigger than the Nigerian state, they will deal with you, no matter who you are. Because I know that there are so many of them like that, you know, because they have guns, they have money, you know, and they are being backed by some people that we don't know.
True.
But I know that at the right time, you know, they would also face the music.
Now, another thing is, now that we're hearing reports that, okay, he's been killed, he's not been killed, how do we make sure that, what measures should the Nigerian army or the security agencies put together when it comes to retaliation from his loyalists?
Well, you can't be too careful. Soldiers know that the job that they've elected to do is a very dangerous one. Ambushes are common with this kind of adversary. Attack on convoys, attack on even checkpoints, military checkpoints are common. So we've lost many soldiers through this. They will need to continue to be vigilant. They should be ready to take the battle to the enemy, which is what they have done today. I'm really proud of our soldiers from the 34 Brigade, Oweri, who went on this mission. And I pray that there's no casualty on their side. And I pray that there will be more successful commando-like operations as we have seen. This is the way it's done in Israel, in America. You take the battle to the enemy, you take the enemy by surprise. It still remains
take them out of the surface.
The best surprise still remains the best strategy that the military can deploy. Once we take the battle to them, rather than reacting all the time, in no time we will have dealt severely with these people, and that's what we need to do. All of these bandits, terrorists, people know their hideout. You can imagine this guy's village, where he had been terrorizing people, was where our troops went to and encircled him. They encircled the building. At the end of the day, set the building ablaze. They killed his fighters, including women, two of the women who are with him. Now, we need to do more of that. All of these big bandits, big terrorists, they have their bases. When the governor of Zamfara was saying that he knows the base of the bandits, it's not. I personally have even announced the location of Shekau Ogram. And there was a time that I got a report that Shekau's men were moving. In the aftermath of the attack by Chadian troops, they were heading. I mentioned the location that they were going to. So it's not as if...
So it's not hidden?
No, people will see them when they are moving in large numbers. People will see them, and information will come. You can act on the information that you get, as long as you are not being sent on a wild goose chase.
Well, I'm glad the Chief of Defense said you don't need order. Once you know, just go after them.
Yes, but the problem is some commanders, when they see a potentially big operation, they are worried because they know in the aftermath of that kind of combat, many lives could be lost. Many casualties. So, yes, and usually when you go into battle and you lose many of your fighters, many of your soldiers, that commander's job
exactly is at stake.
It becomes something at stake. So a lot of them are usually worried. We are not like Saddam Hussein, for example. You know, Saddam Hussein told the Americans, he said, your society can't stand 50,000 dead in a war. He said, in the battle for Fao Peninsula alone, I lost Fao Peninsula, just one phase of the battle, I lost more than 50,000 troops. That's in the war with Iran. One phase, he lost more than 50,000, and he continued the war. He said, but your own society can't stand 50,000 dead in a war. 50,000 died in the Vietnam War. America didn't lose Vietnam War. Every phase of the Vietnam War, America won. But the casualties were high. And the people kept saying, okay, come back home. So this is the thing. As a war historian, I know that those big countries, their people don't want
too much
their people to die. And when there's large casualty, they start saying, come home, come home. That's the thing. The people like Saddam, a big-time dictator, he had nothing to fear.
He was unfazed.
Nobody would tell him, oh yeah, stop fighting. No, he continued to fight. He continued to fight. That war alone, the Iran war, hundreds of thousands of people
lost their lives.
Lost. Oh dear. But they continue to fight. So this is the thing. Commanders are always afraid to lose people in battle. Some of the best commanders that we've had in Operation Hadinkai, they were doing very well, and then a setback came. A setback involving big loss of lives. They were removed. I can count some of those commanders, some of the most excellent soldiers that we've ever had, excellent officers. You know, the moment one big setback came, how many lives were lost? They will not remember
the good ones,
the successes.
There was a general who built a road right into Sambisa. One of the finest officers. They built a road leading into Sambisa to make it easy for troops to advance on that area. But there was one big setback, and that was it.
But anyway, I wish we could talk about this more, but we have a lot of stories to chew on. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. A stitch in time, they say, saves 9. So it seems for pro-chancellors of federal universities who have urged the federal governments to urgently address unresolved issues with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU. Speaking after a meeting in Abuja, the pro-chancellors expressed deep concern over lingering issues including unpaid salaries, unfulfilled agreements and funding gaps in the university system. The group urged the government to re-engage with ASUU to avoid disruptions to academic activities and prevent another crisis. Here we go again. But let's break it down. The pro-chancellors are talking. What specific action or commitment are the pro-chancellors recommending to the federal government to avert another strike?
Oh, these are pro-chancellors of state universities.
State universities.
States.
And when we are talking about ASUU, yes, both the state universities
And the federal
universities are bound together by ASUU and the commitment to the struggle. The demands of the academic staff, they renegotiate, they're asking for the implementation of the renegotiated 2009 agreement. The 2009 agreement was reached because of the quantum of money that will be needed to implement it. Only a fraction of it, a fraction of the commitment was met.
Okay.
Government released a little money for the freshening up of infrastructure in universities, which was one of the key demands.
Yes.
Even this matter of proliferation of universities was also part of the issues that they raised. Now, over time, governments became lethargic about implementing this demands,
2009.
This agreement. They then said, okay, let's renegotiate it.
Okay.
From time to time, let's renegotiate it. Some of the demands may have become too difficult to implement, but let's renegotiate. They then renegotiated. 2 times, the Buhari regime set up committees to renegotiate.
Okay.
The Musa Ali Jibrin committee. Musa Ali Jibrin was registrar of NUC. So he was well grounded in the university system. He came up with some recommendations. The same government that set up the panel refused to implement his recommendations.
Why?
So, meaning that you simply wasted his time and the time of other panelists. After that, the same government set up the Neme Briggs Committee. Neme Briggs Committee also came up with some recommendations, including salaries of academic staff. Again, the recommendations were not implemented. Even the court order that IPPIS, which is by nature unitary, a university system is not unitary in nature. You cannot create a situation in which the payment structure or salaries and all that will be unitary. You can't have that. There's nowhere in the world that I know that that is done. And we challenge people, even those who are supporting it, that you cannot tell your employer how to pay your this thing. And we have said, look, university lecturers going for sabbatical and those academic programs is a natural thing. When I was in the university, we had lecturers from even Europe. Because we had the Department of Modern European Languages. Some of those lecturers came from Europe. Sabbatical, it could be 1 whole year. If based on IPs, if you go on any academic program, you went on sabbatical visitation, nobody will pay your salary.
Exactly.
The court is only recognizes the fact that you
your
can be paid where
you work.
Even a VC cannot hire a gardener.
Really?
Because the IBIS must capture the person, otherwise he pays with his own money. This, and when the court, industrial court, ruled that you cannot forcibly enroll academic staff on IPPIS, do you know how long it took before they even considered implementing that? Some of these actions provoke these lecturers. And these pro-vice chancellors are saying, pro-chancellors are saying, we can't, our country's education system cannot survive another round of disruptions. Let these disruptions not happen. We too, that is how we feel. And this is the reason many people do not even want their children to go to public universities, because of these disruptions. Somebody told me a story, a moving story, and I really felt for the boy. He lost, because he lost 3 years in the university, there was an opportunity to work somewhere.
Yeah.
He had become 27-year-old, and they said no.
Because of the age.
Yes,
the age ceiling.
The
age ceiling is 26. And he burst into tears in front of his interviewers.
Lost an opportunity.
It wasn't his fault. He lost 3 years in school. 3 years. So we are saying, no, let's not have this. And there are demands. They want clear commitment on improved salaries. What do you want to do about improved salaries? They want condition of service revisited. They want funding of universities and autonomy. We've been talking about this autonomy for some time. They want a review of the laws governing the National Universities Commission. And the pro-chancellors are now saying, look, one way to do this is increase budgetary allocation to the education sector. They do that annually, review.
I agree.
Incrementally, let there be sufficient funding for the university system. As we are talking here now, non-academic staff today.
Yeah, they are exactly. They're warming up.
Is that what we want to see?
We don't want that.
We know that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not create this problem. He didn't. But government is a continuum.
Sure.
He has now inherited some of these ugly liabilities. He has no choice. If he solves these problems, conclusively, since he said he does not want to see strikes.
Yeah, he said 4 years will be 4 years. During his
if
campaign.
he solves these problems, people will give him credit. I'm not talking about his enemies. The people do not see anything good in him. Whether he likes it or not, they will not give him credit. We know that. No, we are. It's just like us.
Yes, of course.
It's just like somebody like me. No matter what I say,
What he said, they can never.
Exactly. They will say nobody is watching Journalist Hangout. And Journalist Hangout, we will see Journalist Hangout even on YouTube views.
With lots of exactly.
What are we talking about? So we know that they won't give you credit even if you do it. But do it for posterity.
Absolutely.
Do it not because you want human praise. Mahatma Gandhi said nothing diminishes him more than human praise. He does, so whatever he does, he doesn't want you to be impressed by him.
All right, then, gentlemen, we need to go. We need to go on this quick break, and when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. It's still Journalist Hangout.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, Guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small wind where dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
And cable, great quality, now with the new look.
All right, still journalist hangout. I still have BK Ora here and ASUU James. ASUU, I just want you to just quickly touch on this matter. If this strike is not averted, what's the impact on the students, the election? What's the impact?
Well, it will be devastating, you know, because I know this, the president actually said that he doesn't want strike anymore in universities. And from what ASUU has been asking for, I feel it is something that this president has to sit down, the government has to sit down to see the ones they can implement. I've spoken with a couple of lecturers, and they are saying that, yes, the president actually, made those commitments, but the only thing left is just implementation. Just listen to what BKO said. They were recommendations.
But why set up a committee? They come up with recommendations.
So maybe those committees, maybe in the past, maybe in the past they were just setting up those committees just to douse tension,
or to keep the can down the road.
But right now, we are talking about the future of our children.
Sure.
So we need to make sure that we get it right. If you made commitments and you said, oh, these are the you set up a committee and then they bring out recommendations, make sure that you implement those things. And the ones you cannot implement, you can call them back. I keep saying it. It's not just about setting up committees.
Sure.
You call them back and say, okay, we have seen what you recommended. We can do number 1, number 4, number 5.
Okay.
But the other ones, just give us some time. Let us see how we can do it. Because some of the lecturers are saying the tax deductions, even in the salaries that they are collecting, is killing. You cannot give somebody money on the right with the right hand and you are collecting on the left hand. It's killing. Imagine even a lecturer collecting 200,000 in a month.
That's sad.
And
how much does a professor earn?
Some state universities, the professors are even earning 600K.
That's sad.
Not even up to $1 million. So by the time you listen to their salaries, you'll be shocked. So what we should be looking is try to avert another strike.
BK talked about funding in the education sector.
Benga, I went to a state university, and I know how we are cramped into one hall. That sometimes we are like 2,000, one lecturer.
I know.
And then You won't even hear what the lecturer was saying, but you know that, oh, by hope, you will pass it. You will pass the subject, that course, you will pass the course. So, but right now we need a situation whereby once we have a university, we should know that university is university. And that is why the private universities are trying to absorb, all these issues and trying to avert them. So many parents are going through a lot to see that their children get the best.
Absolutely.
And the best is taking them to private universities. But we want the state university and the federal universities to function well.
Just like it was back then.
Yes, is it not the federal university that we heard that? We heard that back then. When BKO them, they were still enjoying.
Yeah, they were eating the chicken and all.
Oh, you didn't eat the chicken. You see, you can see.
Unfortunately, that they made it.
So when people
used to do those days now, they would just it was 50 kobo at that time, 50 kobo per meal ticket, complete with chicken, sometimes eggs and all that. They will now gather money if they want to do party. They will gather money and go and buy several plates. So there are friends that they've invited, even from outside the university. They will have rice, they will have chicken.
You see?
School food from the school refectory was what they used to. And in those days, they have refrigerators, in the hostels. So just put your water, it was Obasanjo that came and removed that's the subsidy, feeding subsidy,
But BK, you talked about more funding. Like how many % of the budget?
No, it depends. It depends. I'm happy now that they've even frozen.
The proliferation.
Yes, frozen the setting up of new universities. But people are even saying even the private universities should be affected. Those ones too are becoming too many and all that. So they are saying now. And some state universities are asking to even be enrolled on TET fund and even L fund. I don't see how that the program is meant for the downtrodden. It shouldn't be what children whose parents are paying as much as 2 million.
Not for private uses, exactly.
So now, what it depends on how many tertiary institutions you are catering to. That's what determine the quantum of the budget and the projects, your plans for the coming year. For example, if we are saying that there's a need to do something about the infrastructure of especially those first generation universities, you need to see some pictures. You vomit.
Exactly.
You throw up. If we have to do that, then we should be ready to commit so much money. Infrastructure GOPS funds. If you are to build hostels now, it costs a lot of money, but some schools have found a way around it. They allow the private sector to come into their premises and build those hostels. I went to Ilorin, my school recently, and I saw new hostels.
Yes.
They are modern. It will cost a lot of money, but parents are prepared to pay. They know that University of Ilorin, they hardly go on strike.
Yes.
Until recently they didn't go on strike. So, and they are sure that their awards will finish in good time, and the education that they will get is qualitative. So it all depends. There's no way, but they can. Nothing stops us, for example, to say let's start by even meeting the UNESCO threshold. In terms of what percentage of the budget should go to education, we need to start from there.
Some are saying
some states,
26%.
Some states. I know 20%. That during Masari's time as Katsina governor, he exceeded the UNESCO threshold. So it's not impossible, even at federal level. Let us do it. We'll start from there, and that shouldn't even be our target. We should be able to even go above that.
All right, we have Ade calling in from London. Ade, go ahead.
Yes, I think we thank God that we have a very good president, a listening president who cares about education. So, like Babajide said, it's not his fault, but government continues. In UK yesterday, a 14-year-old girl graduated with first class from Middlesex University. It was on BBC television. 14 years old. I was telling my wife, if this 14 years old were to be in Nigeria, maybe it would still be in SS3. in England. Imagine many of that type of that girl. So their vision should not be killed or destroyed.
All right.
So government should appeal to our president to do something about this, so that our children can achieve their aim and vision in future. Well,
all right, then. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, I just hope that this strike will be averted. And all right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation. The cyclical nature of armed banditry in some parts of Nigeria reminds of the biblical assertion that as it is, so it was and will be. The attempt to curb banditry through peace deals appears to be producing some results. In what appeared like a path to relief, with peace deal with bandits in Katsina State, the criminals struck in Zamfara State, abducting more than 40 worshippers from a mosque in Gidantobe village. This latest development signaled a collapse of the peace deal both in Katsina and Zamfara State. Early reports confirmed an agreement was reached in the past with captives released and residents allowed to go back to the farms. But the latest twist suggests otherwise, as the peace has reportedly collapsed, reigniting tension in the already troubled state. Peace deal in Katsina State, in Zamfara. Kidnapping, abducting 55 persons. But how did these bandits, how were they able to abduct 55 persons without the security agencies knowing it?
No, I think what they did was it was in two different, you know, one happened 43 worshippers. They were in a mosque and they were surrounded, you know, by these bandits. So I think the bandits already knew that, okay, they were going to adopt them. So immediately they finished praying. That was when they just packed all of them like that, you know, and then they entered the bush. Then another one, the other 12 was in Godia village, you know.
Okay.
So it's very sad that we are having this, you know. I keep saying it, that these bandits, we are always, when I hear that they are doing a peace deal with community leaders, yes, we know that they are helpless. But I feel with the way it's going between Zamfara and Katsina, those two governors, or the governors in the northwest, have to sit down to see how they can solve this problem. You know, they need to tackle this problem because it's becoming one person, one particular community, maybe in Katsina will have a peace deal. But the one that is very close to Zamfara, when they don't have the peace deal, the bandits already know that, okay, we have a peace deal here, but this point,
we don't have a peace deal.
We need to go there and attack. And then they have this thing. There's a particular mountain. There's a particular mountain I heard that they have, all these bandits have enclaves around this mountain. I don't know why we've not been able to, you know, survey, the military have not been able to survey the area to see how they can, you know, level that place. I know mountains are very, very heavy. You know, the forest there, the forest around the mountain is very heavy. So it will take a long time. But I feel it is collaboration that we need. Intelligence have to start working. We need more intelligence. And then from there, we'll now see how we can deal with the situation. Because it was because of what was happening, that was why the president said he wants to move more troops, you know, to Zamfara, to Katsina, as well as see how state police can come in. But by the time community leaders are beginning to have deals with, with bandits, how do you even want to even start? Where do you want to start from? You know, I know BK has gone to so many, you know, of these, you know, communities. Maybe he will be able to give us, shed some light, because I have been saying it, any bandits at all should be taken out of the surface of it, because they are, to me, they are terrorists.
Should not be negotiated.
Yeah, because the thing is, even our I know residents are the ones that are supposed to give information, but some residents, how safe are they when they give this information to security agencies?
Mikhail, do you think this mass abduction suggests that these peace deals and amnesty programs in neighboring states is showing that it is failing? What are your thoughts here?
From history, from what we can piece together over the years, the states must work together. If you want to do peace deal,
yes,
let the contiguous states do it together.
Okay.
If you don't do it together, these boys, their throats are already wide. Their mouths are wide, as the Yorubas will say, no one to fair. Just as Erufai said, somebody who will bring cattle on foot from the north all the way to the south and sell the cattle at 100,000. He now saw a situation in which he could collect 100 million from one operation. From an individual, they collected the 100 million from an individual before. So it's not a big deal to them. He said, how do you think that person will give up banditry? That's why he does not believe that they should negotiate with them. But there's always pressure on these governors. Governor Masari had to personally, when he was governor of Katsina, he had to personally even have a face-to-face with Buhari Ndaji. He's dead now, killed by a fellow bandit, Dogo Gide, because he stole cattle belonging to Dogo Gide's in-laws. And that one said, return my people's cattle. He refused to listen. So Dogo Gide launched a counter-attack inside Dan Sadao Forest in Zamfara and wasted him. His corpse had decayed for days before the soldiers came to take it away. So that's a different matter. But what I'm saying is, usually when Zamfara had amnesty for bandits, no, when Katsina had, Zamfara didn't have.
Yes.
At the time when Zamfara had, Katsina didn't have. So it allows those boys who are greedy, because usually the condition is fellow bandits from their own community will catch anybody found breaching the agreement. Okay. They told me themselves when I went to interview bandits in 2018. Okay. Bandits told me that anybody will catch them.
So they were serious about the agreement?
Yes. But after a while, it breaks down. That's usually the thing. In Kaduna now, they've had peace in the Brenningwari area. It has endured now for about a year. We pray that it continues. Okay. But that's usually not what happens. Once you don't do it at the same time, those communities are close. Look at Safi, for example, is very close to Kaduna.
All right,
so how do you then stop them from moving to operate into areas where there's no amnesty, where there's no peace deal? This is the problem.
All right, gentlemen, we need to go on another quick break, and when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. Still Journalist Hangout.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point oh.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small wind where they carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
In a world where
every year, floods destroy homes, farmlands, and livelihoods across Nigeria. The National Orientation Agency urges every Nigerian to take practical steps to reduce the risk of flooding in our communities. Flooding is preventable. Take action today to protect your home and community. Dispose of waste properly. Keep draining paths clear. Avoid building on flood-prone areas. report illegal dumping of waste, participate in community sanitation, listen for early warning alerts. This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. Looking at this conversation, in the face of legal hurdles, the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, is fighting on, but he met another hurdle in his quest for freedom. A federal high court in Abuja has declined to hear a motion by Kanu seeking his transfer from the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, to the National Hospital Abuja for urgent medical care. Justice Musa Liman declined to hear the motion and directed that the case be reassigned. The judge directed that the case be returned to the chief judge for reassignment. While the judge acknowledged the urgency of the application, he however said it was found too late to be heard within the vacation period. He stated that more than 30 cases were listed for the day, but only 6 could be heard. Citing Section 46, subsection 8 of the Federal High Court rules, the judge explained that matters not concluded during the vacation must be returned to the chief judge for reassignment. Okay, Mikhail, another hurdle, met in his quest for freedom. Mikhail, your thoughts on this stuff?
Yes, Kanu has sought an order for his transfer from the custody of the DSS to the National Hospital, Abuja. Where I can get urgent Medicare. His lawyer, Kanu Agabi, brought the motion on the 3rd of September following the result of a medical test on Kanu. And according to the result of the test, he had kidney and liver related issues. He had dangerously low potassium level and a swelling under his armpit. But as you said in your intro, the judge refused to take action on the matter in the real sense of the word, so he would remain in the custody of the DSS. He had made efforts in the past. At a point, he wanted to be transferred to Kuje prison. The judge at the time said no. That's Binta Yaku. She refused, and Kanu eventually said, no, I'm tired of this judge. I don't want this judge to handle my matter. Another judge is handling his matter, and I think Justice Omotosho is handling his matter. I just hope that we can expedite, we can hasten this trial. Let justice be served. He's been in detention since 2021 when he was forcibly brought to Nigeria from Kenya. And I think that's a long time to get justice on this matter.
Exactly.
So the delay is not helpful to Kanu. It's not helpful to the Nigerian judicial system.
Even judiciary, yeah.
Yes, let justice be served and served quickly so that we can put closure to this matter.
Okay. I mean, how do you weigh in on this matter?
No, I think Vika really said it all, because people are even getting tired about it. Just from one issue to the other, reassigning. Even when he himself was even saying he doesn't want a judge to hear his case.
I mean, if you look at the way the Simon Ekpa case,
exactly,
in 6 months,
less than 6, and
they've rounded it up.
So because we need this case to just come and go and let them just sentence him, and let's know whether they want to free him, they want to sentence him. Nigerians really want to know, so that we'll move into other things.
Do you think a political solution on this matter?
Well, we've been saying so many things. People have been saying political solution. It depends. That one is left for the federal government to decide. But this is a court matter. So let the judiciary, face it and see how they can deal with it. Because by the time, from what we are looking at, anybody that looks at it from the outside will feel that it is the judiciary that is delaying, moving from one judge to the other. But me, I just want us to see how we can end this case once and for all. So that if Nnamdi Kanu will have to serve his jail term, he should start and serve and finish. And if, just like you're saying, political solution is, that want. Let's see how we can see the things that will be under the political solution, and let's just see how this matter can, they come to a closure, because it's becoming like, I don't know, Tales by Moonlight.
Tales by Moonlight, all right.
Like a season film. Never ending.
Never ending season movie. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for doing this with us. Asukwa James.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. BK, thank you so much for doing this with us. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout. On Sunday, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. God bless Nigeria and have a beautiful one.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. I'm Larry Saunilu, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. A relatively short history since independence, remarkable achievements have unfolded. However, we can only acknowledge these successes if we choose to focus on the positive. Remember, appreciate this progress. Join us on this journey of growth. Our cup is half full, not half empty. Embrace positivity and be a proud Nigerian. I am a proud Nigerian.
Sheiton Ayangbola Temitayo is my name. I call myself Impactor Sheiton Ayangbola. I am a young advocate for social change, community development, and basically youth engagement. I'm the founder of the Impactors Connect initiative. So what we do is to train and influence, to foster young people developing their skills, public speaking skills, the volunteerism skills, and harnessing all of these skills into community development. So I have strong interest in seeing young persons discovering themselves, discovering talents and skills within them to really foster development, social engagement in the community. I've always been passionate about public speaking and most especially engagement with my peers and young ones. Look within you. We have innate abilities, capabilities, and potentials that should be spelled out. You are in the midst of people who might be looking down with their heads thrown down, or you raise your head up, lift your head up and look within your hinge. There are so many potentials that are invested in you by the divine King. You are like a tree planted by the sides of the river who saps nutrients at a time. A tree does not need to pray to God to share the leaves or to sprout the fruits. But then, it is time for you to take action. It is time for you to put a little and a little there to spell out a capital impact. Because we know that someday in this place and in this space, our hope, when renewed, our hope, when strengthened, will spell out a positive future for us. But guess what? The future is now. And then, a positive Nigeria would happen to me and to you. We educate the public and we empower them with wisdom in a more artistic manner. So this way it sings. Nigeria is going to be great. Yes, it is. We have the signs already. We just need to call ourselves 1, 2, and 3, and that way we will be multifaceted in our actions and our direction. So we just have to put up all that we need to do with our positive hope. We need to renew our hope daily, so that we know that our country will be better again. I understand that Japa is not the solution to Sapa, like I fondly say in some of my poetry lines. So then, once we move out of this country, the problem still remains for generations to come. So what can we do? Because this is our time, we are on the stage and we are playing right now. What well can we do to speak this message on time? So this is just my belief, and I strongly believe that Nigeria will be good with me and with you. Accountable Nigeria, take care of Nigeria. I live by the citizens. Powered by National Orientation Agency.